Hey guys, so I have to preface this next interview with a little bit of an intro here. Basically, Konami, they first off, let me praise Konami for being willing to even do the interview. They had seen, the Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes review that I did, which wasn't really kind to the game, but a few developers and community managers and things had seen it and they liked it, so that was nice of them to recognize that and try to do another interview for Phantom Pain. But I got several emails before the interview, like trying to pre-screen my questions. I just ignored those. Then when I got there, essentially I kind of got pulled aside and was told that I could not ask certain questions. In fact, I think a fan even was took a picture of me, took a picture of my back, like I had no idea I was being filmed while I was being talked to seriously or whatever, about what questions I couldn't ask. So if I could find that on Twitter, I'll throw it up. But if not, basically I was sort of pulled aside and told that I can't talk about Kojima. Period. They don't want that to happen on camera. But at the same time, I have a responsibility to you guys, and my goal there was to ask two poignant questions about microtransactions and about Kojima and the future of Metal Gear Solid. Are we going to see a bunch of games without Kojima? Are they going to, milk the license? That kind of stuff. And so for a while there, I thought about not even putting up the interview at all because I didn't feel like it was hard hitting enough, or I wasn't allowed to ask in the way that I wanted. But, honestly, even if I ambushed them and got them on camera, they weren't going to answer the questions, period. So it would have just been not the right time to do that. So I basically, they did all that, but then I asked the questions anyway because, I told him, hey, it's my responsibility as somebody that's interviewing you guys to ask what I was coming to ask anyway. So at one point they stopped me because I pretty much just asked what I was told not to ask, and because I mentioned Kojima's name. So I think what it was is they just didn't want his name in it at all. That's how serious they are. So I just re-asked the question without his name, and I guess that was fine. So and kept it more general. So while a lot of companies at E3s like EA's, DICE's Battlefront, and Bethesda's Fallout 4, and these other ones didn't want to do video interviews at all, except for like the stage shows at GameStop and IGN. At least Konami went on camera to answer the various other questions about the game, including general statements about the future of the franchise. So thank you to them for that. And I did tell the guy that I probably would preface the video with an intro, but I'm gonna keep it separate. I'm gonna put this up as a vlog just in case anybody is interested. Angry Joe, why didn't you ask about microtransactions and Kojima? Which I do, but they're put in very sort of low key terms instead of how some of you guys might have wanted me to come at him. Which is like, like ambushing them, beating them up, and like lifting them up by the shirt. What the fuck happened between you and Kojima? That kind of stuff, which is what I was feeling, but not something you can do if you ever want to interview again in your life. Which is why it's so hard for me to get Microsoft to do things again, even though Major Nelson and I talked about that interview we did a few years back about the Xbox One DRM. We saw each other at a different event. We talked about it, and he understood why I needed to ask those questions, and understood the response to it. It got on Reddit and all those other things. So I think he's cool about it, but still, the rest of the PR people there know who I am, and I'm probably on some kind of list. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going to keep this video separate as a vlog. That way I can go on and tell you guys my opinions on it. And my opinions are that Konami is is making some really, really bad decisions. And their CEO is about Money? Nah, man, that's the way CEOs, I guess, should be if you think about it. But I prefer CEOs that are about money and games, that really care about high quality games. If they want to get rid of their best asset, in my opinion, which is Kojima, that's up to them. But what's really going to bother me is if we start seeing gambling machines with, Metal Gear Solid on it, which I'm probably sure probably already exists, or mobile games that microtransaction the hell out of you, that with the Metal Gear license. That's going to be a problem. And of course, Silent Hills was a huge heartbreak. I still wanted to make a rant video on that, just tearing into Konami for letting that fall apart, because that was potentially going to be the scariest horror game we've ever played. Now, I have seen some potential replacements, a few other games, including one Morpheus title, a VR title called Kitchen. Now, it's only a demo, but so was PT. PT was only a demo as well. So hopefully we will get replacements, and in the future we may see Silent Hills from Konami. Who knows? I guess they did comment about that, but without Guillermo or without Kojima, and Ritas, it's going to be a completely different thing. But hopefully they can carry over some of this stuff. I don't know. All I know is that it's a fucked up situation, and I really, other than conjecture and rumors, other videos that you've seen on YouTube, I guess we may never know what really happened, but I'm kind of leaning on the side that rumor stuff really did happen. I think that whatever Kojima does next, I'm going to support. That's what I'm going to do. If he goes off and does his own company or partners up with another big publisher, I'm definitely going to follow him. And I know some people are like religious about their love for Kojima, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they receive future Metal Gear Solids or future Silent Hills without the Kojima name on there. So, okay, guys. Okay, so the interview is up next. I'm going to put it in an end cap that you can click on to go directly there. Don't think it's a big deal. It's actually not that great of an interview, honestly. It's super short. It's one of the shortest interviews I did there. Mainly because I got cut off in the middle of it and I had to edit out footage, and then it just kind of threw me off my game. I had over 17 interviews and it's tough to remember all the different questions. But like I said, I got my hands on the game while I was there before the interview. It is a fantastic game. You're really going to like it. It just sucks the fact that there's all this other stuff surrounding it. And I don't think this is revolutionary. I think I don't care if Konami's mad at me and I'll never get another interview because I put up this vlog, but I don't think so, because everybody pretty much knows that they don't want to talk about the Kojima situation. So it's not anything revealing or anything like that. In fact, this whole video is probably longer than the interview. Anyways, so if you want to check it out anyway, click on the end cap coming up next, and I will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show.